Hello guys, welcome to Take with Indrani YouTube channel. The main motto behind this channel to develop a strong base on data structure and algorithm. So I thought why not we solve lead code problem every day together. So if you are beginner, then you will get a good start like how to prepare for top tech companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, Adobe, all of this. If you're experienced, then do not worry, you can brush up your knowledge. So let's get started with the today's topic. So what we can do here, I can go through all topic one by one. Let's say we can start with array, or maybe we can start with string. So let's say we can start with this easy problem, and for example, to sum, the problem statement is to sum. I will give you an overview like what this problem is talking about and what will be the input and what will be the output, and then we can go through the algorithm, the layman knowledge, where we can understand the problem and what will be the input, what are the outputs, and then we can code this solution and we will try to improve that solution. Okay, so for example, this is regarding to sum, and it's an easy problem, easy lead code problem. So lead code problem, if you're a beginner, you don't know what lead code is. So lead code is a platform where you have multiple problems that's asked several times in Google, Facebook, LinkedIn, or top companies. So it's basically a check how you are good at algorithm and data structure. Okay, so they basically provide some given, they will provide some problem statement. You need to solve a problem by using a several data structure or several algorithms technique, for example binary search, or it may be some linear search or some sorting methodology. You need to use some data structure, some algorithm to solve that solution. So for example, this two-sum is talking about an array problem, I would say. So it's saying given an array of integer nums and an integer target, return indices of two numbers such that they add up to target. You may assume that each input would have exactly one solution. You may not use the same element twice. You can return the answer in any order. Okay, so they are saying that, for example, here we can do, for example, what will be the input? Input is a nums. Nums is nothing but it's an array of integers. Okay, array of integers. Okay, let's say you have 1, 5, 6, 7. So those are array of integers. That will be the input, and another input will be the target. So target is nothing but it's a integer. Okay, another point to remember, I am using JavaScript as my programming language all over this series. So yeah, let's get started. So target is an integer. So let's say I can see 8 is my target. So you need to provide an output. The output will be an array of indices. We all know indices, right? If you don't know about the indices, let's talk about array. So array is a linear data structure, okay, so which store all the datas. It may be a string, it may be an integer in a continuous memory location. You have some block, right? In memory you have different block. Okay, so let's say the first one, the indices or array index always start from 0 in your memory location. So first one should be 0, then it 1, then it 2, then it 3, then it 4, and so on. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those are called the indices. Okay, so those indices, you need to print the indices. For example, 1 is here, you can say this 1 as my 0 index. Okay, and then 5 is 1 index, then 6 is 2 index, and then 7 is 3 index. Okay, so you need to print the indices which sum up to 8, sum up to target, which is 8. So if I scan through element, like for example the first element 1, okay, so 1 I add up to 5, is it 8? No. So I will increment again the 5 and 6. Is it add up to 8? No. Again 6 and 7 add. No, it will not equal to 8. So which one is equals to 8? We can say 7 plus 1. It's equal to 8. So the expected output will be 0, 7. 0, 7. Sorry, 1, 7. So whose indexes are 0, 3. So this is my output. So this is expected output. Okay. So this is the simple problem statement where they will provide the two things. One is nums, it is nothing but is an array of integer, and another one is a target. So you need to print out the indices of the array. Your return should be array of indices which sum up to that particular target. Okay, let's go to the example ones. Okay, here they provided nums as a 2, 7, 11, 15 and target is equals to 9. So what will be the output? 0, 1. Why? Because nums of 0 is 2, right? And nums of 1 is 1. So 2 plus 7, it sum up to 9. So that's why we are returning 0, 1. Another statement they are saying, if there is no solution, then just return the empty array. Or else, okay, another point to note it that you can only have exactly one solution. You may not use the same element twice. You cannot use the same element twice. Okay, so for example, you cannot get like for example 1 plus 5 they like you cannot use the same element twice, like 7 and 7, 7 1 is 8, right? And then you cannot use like 1 7. So you cannot print like 0 3 and then 3 comma 0. Okay, so you only print 0 3. That's enough. Okay, now let's talk about the normal approach. Okay, do not think about the complexity. Let's talk about the normal approach. Okay, so the first solution here we can say approach 1. Okay, so the first solution that comes to our mind is the brute force. Like, okay, so step 1. Okay, so what we can do, take one element. Okay, element. Step 2, add this element. Okay, add this element with every other element. Okay, step 3 would be after sum up or after adding, compare the sum with given target. Okay, so and then step 4, this is layman language, right? This is we are basically written over this each and every step, how we can solve our problem in a normal simple English language. Okay, now step 4. So after getting the sum, if the sum is equal, okay, equal to the target, so here is 8. Okay, in our target is 8, then return the indices to these two elements. Okay, fine, return the indices of two elements, correct? Oh, I'm sorry, here is a typo. Okay, now step 5. What is the step 5? If this is if part and this is else part. Okay, so else, if sum is not equal, okay, equal to target. If it is not equal to target, we just check the next pair or next element. Okay, so this is pretty much simple, right? Okay, This is pretty much simple, right? It's looking very much easy and simple. So what we can do, so let's code for it. Okay, so a normal solution, okay, so here I can do for let, we need to iterate each and every element, because we need to take one element, add this element with every other element. Okay, so let's I equals to 0, I less than nums dot length, and then I plus plus. Okay, next one I need to take another element. Like if I take the first element, I need to compare with the 5, right? So what we need to do, for let j equals to I plus 1, j less than nums dot length, it will also go to that length, and then we can do j plus plus. Okay, now I can check if nums of I plus nums of g is equals to my target. Okay, I just return the index of I comma j, because I need to return an array. Okay, so let's run this approach 1. Okay, so run the code. Okay, so it's accepted, and the output is 0 1 and expected is 0 1, so it's accepted. Okay, let's submit this solution. Okay, so now it's submit and also success. So this solution is working fine, no error or nothing wrong with that solution. But if I compare the space complexity or the time complexity, okay, so let's say let's compare the time complexity first. Okay, so what I'm doing here, the nums is for let's say how many elements I have. So n equals to 4 element. Okay, so this loop will go 4 times, right? 4, and again this loop will go 4 times. Okay, and then this is O of 1, because one time they are doing, so order of 1, and then return I of j. Okay, so the time complexity would be, order of 4 times because of the 4n. Okay, so if there is a n times, it will be n time, so n square into the power 2, because here we are iterating over each and every loop, and for the next element we are again iterating over each and every loop, so it will be square, it will be multiple. Okay, so the time complexity is order of n square. If I talk about the space complexity, then it is complexity, it's like order of 1, because we are not assigning any map or any other thing, just we are returning an array, so this is order of 1, that is fine. So now let's think about whether we can work on this time complexity or not, because order of n square is not that much good complexity if we are talking about to calculate the two sum. Okay, so let's think about like whether we can improve that complexity or not. Yeah, we can improve the complexity. How? Using an efficient data structure. Okay, so this data structure can be, we can use a map. Okay, so we can use a map where time complexity, in the map itself the time complexity is order of n, so we don't need to use 2 for loop here. Okay, so how we can do that? What's the approach 2? Okay, so approach 2 is create a new map. Okay, now you need to check. Okay, in map we have 2 things, one is called key, another one is called value. Okay, next you need to loop over each and every element in array. So this array is nothing but your nums. Okay, now subtract the current array element. Okay, then next loop over each and every element in array nums, then subtract the current array element from the target. Check if that subtracted element is present. Subtracted element is present in that map or not. If yes, okay, if yes, then we just return the index of that element. Otherwise, if no, then just store. If no, just store that element in map by adding one extra frequency. Okay, frequency, and then return the empty array if it is complete. Okay, then return the empty array, because this is my edge case. If nothing matches, or if we don't have any pair. Okay, if there is no pair matches that sum up to the particular target. Okay, so this is another solution, an efficient data structure solution, which provide me the order, that will guarantee provide me order of n, because we are not using any for loop here. We are only using one for loop to iterate over each and every elements in my nums. Okay, so let's code it out for it. Okay, so how we can do that? Let's copy the same, because we need to run the solution. Okay, so the same logic. Let's create new map. Okay, so just follow this algorithm. Let's create a new map. So where, let's say I'm creating indices map. Indices is equals to new map. Okay, so let's iterate over each and every element. Okay, let I equals to 0, I less than nums dot len, and I plus plus. Okay, now let difference or diff. Let's say diff equals to the target minus nums of I. Okay, target minus nums of, because we need to find out the difference. If that difference is present in our array or not, we need to check. In our map or not, we need to check. So if indices dot has map, in order to check an element is present in your map or not, we use hash method. So hash diff. If indices has diff, if it is have, then that means we have the sum. Okay, we have the indices that sum up to the target, so which we can return an array of indices. Okay, indices dot get, then diff, okay, comma I. Okay, so this will return me the index, because we are storing the map as a key value pair. So key is nothing but your index, and value is nothing but how many times. Okay, how many times, or the value meaning like 0 index 1 is present, again 1 index 5 is present, 2 index 6 is present, 3 index 7 is present. So those are the keys and those are the values. Okay, so this will return me this array of indices dot get diff and then I, that is fine. If it is not present, okay, if it is not present, what I need to do, I need to increment the counter plus 1. So in this is dot set, okay, nums of I, okay, nums of I, comma, and then I, okay, nums of I and I, because the nums of I is nothing but the 2, 3, 4 and the I means index. So this will be, we need to say it for the next time, this one. If no, that means the else part, just store that element in num and adding one extra frequency, okay. So this will help you to add, okay, and return the empty array if nothing but, because this, in this problem they are not saying to return any empty array if match not found, because the constants is talking about only one valid answer exists. So there should be one valid things it exists. You should find one index that sum up to that particular target. And they're also saying that can you come up with that is less than O(n) squared time complexity. So this one is guaranteeing the time complexity is order of n, okay, order of n, because we are using hash map and we are using map. So that's why it is also, the space is also order of n, because we are using the hash map. That's why this is also an order of n to storing n numbers of element, okay. So this is the time, this is the space complexity. Let's run the code and submit the code, okay. Let's run the code, okay. So again it's accepted, it's okay. Let's submit, okay, yes. So now it's fine, success and runtime 64, and first at that 99.39% of JavaScript online solution for 2sum. And memory uses they also provided like 41.1 MB, less than 21.78% of the JavaScript online submission of the 2sum, okay. So this is about the 2sum, how you can what's the problem statement, we talk about the problem statement, we go through the example, what will be the input, what will be the output, and the different approach, and we also talk about the time complexity, space complexity, how we can improve step by step. So that's it about the 2sum. Hope you enjoyed the video and you learned the video. Thanks for watching.